Well, what is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another mini PC review. Today we're going to have a look at some of our cloud PCs. And yes, I promised you this video 2 or 3 weeks ago, but sorry, I was really busy, so the shop went down. As you may know, we had to recode everything, doing maintenance, and I'm actually the only person out of the team which can really code, so I had to do a lot of bug fixes. And I guess tomorrow or today we should release everything and it's finished. And yeah, it was a lot of work. Anyway, we are now going to have a look at the ShareVDI X5 Cloud PC, which is a different thing than the standalone PCs. And 2 weeks ago we had a look at the K390M, the standalone PC, and it's like a normal computer, like you just plug it in, you connect it to a monitor and hook up all the peripherals, and there you go, then you have a normal computer. But there's a different thing which is called cloud PCs. They are very cheap because they are actually just made for office use, for schools, libraries, or yeah, you can use them for a lot of things. All in all, they have some very low hardware, but they can connect to a powerful host PC and then just use the power of the host PC. And one host PC can, for instance, control like 30 mini PCs. And it's a really cool thing because you can just have a workstation which only drains something like 10 watts or even less, but it comes with some pretty decent power to run office apps. And that's a cloud PC. So I would say let's get directly started. Let's talk a bit about the specs, and if you're interested you will find a link down below to our shop so you can check it out. And the X5 will probably retail for something like €60. So just imagine, one working station instead of 600, just for €60. All in all, a cool thing, and today I want to show you how those things here perform. So actually the specs of a cloud PC, they are very low, just like in a phone or tablet. You can see the specs here are very similar. But for a cloud PC, you don't need some good hardware, you just need something which is capable of connecting to the host PC, because, well, the thing alone cannot run Windows, that's not possible, but with the help of the host PC, it's capable of running Windows. And the cool thing is, not only one can connect to the host PC. You can, for instance, if you have a good host PC, you can have like 30 cloud PCs connected to one host PC, and all those low devices there, they run Windows then. That's pretty cool. So let's have a quick look at the specs. The CPU Cortex A9 quad-core running at 1.5 GHz. You can find that in a lot of tablets, smartphones. 1 GB of RAM plus 8 GB of ROM. The Mali 400MP, you can find it in a lot of MediaTek chipsets, and I will definitely open up this device to see which chipset is in there. And the maximum output is Full HD, so that's the maximum which the Mali 400MP can output. The operating system, as I said before, it's Linux kernel with some very simple image. And the maximum power consumption is 7.5 watts, so that's really if it's running on 100%. And the static power consumption is below 5 watts. Now imagine you have 30 workspaces. 30 times 5, that's only 150 watts for the workstations, except monitors and the rest. But yeah, just imagine this is actually pretty good, because a big tower needs 150 watts, so you save like 30 times the power. And if you're in a country where the power is really expensive, but you need many workstations for some simple office work or I don't know, whatever, so just for browsing the web, then this here can really reduce your costs. So as always guys, here's also a quick unboxing, and actually there's not too much in the box, so you will find in the box the X5 and there's a aluminum stand. And you have to attach it to the device, so you will find it in the package with 2 screws. And also some other screws, like here, you can mount it on the backside of a monitor, so there are actually unlimited possibilities on how to mount it. Also a little installation disk will be in there for the host PC. It's very important to install it correctly, and I will probably do a tutorial on that because, well, it's very bad explained sometimes in the user manual. There's a video online, but the explanation is not too good in my opinion. Here you can see the AC adapter, and well, the output is 5 watts and 2.5 amps, but that's the maximum output. That doesn't mean that the device drains so much. You just need a bigger power supply, otherwise yeah, it would burn down, because running a power supply on maximum is not really good. Here the DC in jack, and yeah, that's basically it guys. That's everything you can find inside of the package, and now I would say let's have a quick look at the mini PC. So here it is guys, the ShareVDI X5. And that's the cloud PC, and I have another cloud PC here on the right side because I'm testing them for a very long time and I'm actually very surprised by the quality and the price. So we have two USB ports, we have a microphone jack and headphone jack, and also it comes with a integrated microphone. It's pretty cool. LEDs right over there, and here's the power button. Now the quality feels actually pretty good. We have here brushed aluminum. It's not too thick, but quality feels definitely okay. Here two threads to mount it, for instance, on the back of a monitor. Then at the bottom you can, if you want to attach this feet here, it's made out of aluminum, such a profile, and you have here two screws to attach it, but you don't have to, and it's a bit wobbly because I haven't really fixed it. Now that's the PC. We can have a look at the backside so you can see all the connectors, but yeah, at the top you should actually have the Wi-Fi antenna, I think, but that's the model without Wi-Fi. Then here you can see the screws, so if you want to open it up, remove all the screws here from the frame and then just lift off the aluminum plates. Now here HDMI output, VGA output up to 720p I think. Then here for instance we have two USB 2.0 ports on the backside. All in all we have 4, Ethernet port and the DC in jack. So that's basically the new model, so the X5. I was also testing the old model, so yeah, I thought a long time about it, so should I sell it, should I not sell it, but I've tested them really long and actually they have improved. So the old one did come with a TF card slot. It was very similar to tablet hardware, MAC address right over here. Wi-Fi antenna, so that was the Wi-Fi model. This one comes without Wi-Fi. And here we have one USB port, 2, so that equals 3 USB ports. The rest here is actually very similar to the X5. But those things can be very useful in some way, and I think the new generation looks way better than the old generation. But now guys, let's just go, let's hook it up and let's see how it performs. So ladies and gentlemen, here's my setup. 4K Samsung monitor. If you're looking for a 4K monitor, go for it. This one here is awesome. My old HD monitor, which does also a pretty good job, but yeah, the host PC, which is the K390M, which you could also use as a host PC if you want to, is connected to the left monitor. You can see it's a standalone PC, it runs Windows 7 embedded, everything connected, HDMI, DC and some USB stuff, and well, it's running actually quite fine. Here the cloud PC, and you can see it's already on, and we have here a green backlight on the LEDs and the power button. Then I have connected a mouse and keyboard and HDMI. Whoops, the signal is off, so yeah, it's back. I shouldn't pull out the HDMI cable. At the bottom, the Ethernet connector, and you can see in the background on the 4K monitor, it's running some strange interface. That's actually Linux. And now I quickly want to show you how you have to use that. But yeah, mouse and keyboard attached, so it's just like on a normal computer. Here my old computer, I want to throw it away. And here we have the power LAN adapter. So yeah, that's basically how this thing here is connected to my home network. Not the best solution, but let's see how it performs. Okay guys, so there we are. The setup is actually ready to go. On the left monitor we have here my mini PC, so that's the host PC we're going to use. And it's now running Windows 7, it runs it pretty good, it's the embedded edition. If you want to see a review on that device, I have one on my channel. And the most important step on this device was actually to install the server, to get the services running, to set up remote desktop, and also to get the IP, because it's very important. You need to know the IP of this thing here, because you're going to connect to it. Okay, now here on the other monitor, on the 4K Samsung monitor, which is definitely my favorite monitor, there we have the X5, this mini PC here. It's already on. The booting time is around 1 minute because it's booting Linux. It's booting the kernel, you will see, loading boot, and it takes around 1 minute to start up here into this control panel. Now from this control panel you can actually connect to the mini PC, so to the host computer. You can also use a different computer as host computer. It just has to be a little bit more powerful, and it must be able to run Windows. Alright guys, so we're now here in that control panel, and now let me show you what you have to do in order to connect, because this is a bit confusing and well, it's not that easy. So we're now here in the dashboard, login screen, or however you want to call that, on the cloud PC. And now it's time to specify the server to which the cloud PC should connect to. And this can be a little bit tricky. Now by default, actually there should be nothing, only test users right over here. And there is no password, so you can do everything without the password right now, but you can set one if you want to. But don't forget to set the password, otherwise people can do a lot of stupid stuff on that thing here. Okay, now first of all we have to select the server. So by default, when you just unpack it and connect it to a monitor, you will see here nothing. So the most important step is to configure the host PC. And as host PC, as I've said before, you can use a normal PC, you can use a mini PC, just something which can handle as many as you want to have. And here at the bottom, so left bottom corner, you can see the IP address of this client, so of the cloud PC, and the MAC address. So here on the right side, you can see if you're connected to the internet or not. I've connected it to Ethernet because that's the non-Wi-Fi model. And you can see, well, I'm connected because it's not red. The clock right over here, then here are some shortcuts, but what we want to do now is we want to configure it. So first of all, we click at those toolkit right over here, and now it will ask for a password. By default, we deliver it without a password, so you just click OK, but you can set your own password if you want to. So in there we have user configure, and here you can configure the users which are able to connect to the host PC. But we also have in network settings, this is also quite important. We have, for instance, here Wi-Fi, and yeah, we can search, but this is the non-Wi-Fi model, so it won't find anything. And here we have wired network. And you can use dynamic IP address. It actually doesn't matter because only the host PC should have a static address, because if it's changing, then yeah, the mini PC here cannot find the host PC. But you can also set here DNS and everything you want to, so for the specialists. Okay, let's have a look at system settings. Now you can set it to full HD output, so I'm really excited that that little thing here can do it. Okay, we didn't save, sorry guys, I have to go back. Yeah, let's try to set it to full HD and let's save. Okay, we need to reboot, but I still want to show you that because other people will say then, hey, it cannot do full HD or something, so we'll just now reboot and then show you the resolution. Alrighty guys, so the little machine here rebooted and we now have a resolution of full HD, so that's the maximum output which this mini PC here can output. There is no 4K or 2K or something because the hardware is way too weak for that. The refresh rate is 60 Hz and the color depth is 32 bits. We can have a look here at the language, and you can set the display language to some languages which are supported here, like English, French, then Thai, yeah, Portuguese or whatever. But yeah, the languages you can see here, that are all the languages which are supported, unfortunately. Same here for the keyboard, so we have Arabian keyboard if you need that. Then here we have functions, and yeah, you can just search for the devices, you can change your local host name if you want to. By default it's X5, but you can just name it like X51, X52, whatever, if you have more of them. Now here secure settings. That's something I've said before, so it's really important to set yourself a good password, because otherwise people can enter the system settings here with a blank password. So don't forget to do that, otherwise that would be really bad. Okay, then here we have upgrade. And basically here you can see the system info. So let's talk a bit about the hardware. It's the revision 2. The CPU is the A9 quad-core, very similar to chipsets you can find in tablets or something, so not that powerful, but it's definitely okay for a cloud PC. A9 quad-core 1.6 GHz, so yeah, a bit more powerful than some tablet devices. 1 GB of RAM plus 8 GB of flash memory, so on the mainboard you cannot change it. VGA resolution, we have the lowest resolution like 1024 x 768, and the maximum output on HDMI is, for instance, full HD. Or you can also use 720p if you want to, so you can choose between those resolutions. Ethernet 10 or 100 Mbits, Wi-Fi included, not on this particular model, but yeah, you can order it with Wi-Fi from our shop. USB 2.0 for ports. Update, you can do firmware updates, and there are firmware upgrades, so you can definitely do that, and we'll host them on chinadevices.com, so you can just download them and install them over USB. The only bad thing is that OTAs are not supported. We'll just have a look at that. Okay, then the operating system is Linux 3.0. Then here upgrades, and you can see there's only local upgrade. So you have to download the firmware, then connect it to a USB drive, connect it here to the X5, choose local update, and there you go. You can easily upgrade the firmware if needed. Here we have update log, so yeah, you can see what has changed in the updates, and we also have honor roll, which you can update, edit right over here. Okay, so basically that are all the settings. You can see we have Wi-Fi settings, network settings. They're quite important to make sure you know what you're doing. And here we have the user configure. So user configure is one of the most important things, because here you have to configure the server you're going to connect to. And when you go here to new, you can just fill in here all the details. So it's important to know the connect name. So you can just, I don't know, you can name it whatever you want to. It's just important for the profiles. The host address is very important, and that's the IP address from your host PC. Maybe let's zoom in here a little bit because this is really, really important. Okay, the host address is the IP address of your host PC. So for instance, on your local network 192.168.0.100, you just fill it in here. Then here the username you're going to connect. And that means you have to set up a couple of usernames on the main computers, on the host computer. And I will show you how to do that in some other advanced videos. But there's also a good tutorial on the website of ShareVDI. Password can be set here. And here also important if you have a domain you want to connect, but you can leave it blank if you don't have any. The port should be 3389 here for Microsoft Remote Desktop, but also Citrix is supported, and you can also choose others. So it really depends what software you have installed on the host machine. And I'm currently using here Remote Desktop, so we'll just take control of the other mini PC. And okay, I don't want to save because I have it right over here. So you can see we're choosing MSRDP. That's the connection name. And here's the server IP. So that's the static IP of the mini PC. And yeah, that's basically it. We don't need more. And you can just do a shortcut here. So you don't have to input all this information all the time. You just return here. And you make sure you just choose test 5 out of the shortcut. And then you connect. But you can also do it manually, and yeah, it really depends on the speed. But well, let's see if it's connecting. I'm not sure. Okay, please wait. So this takes some time. Let's zoom out, guys. And welcome, logon message. Another user is currently logged onto this computer. Well, that happens when you choose remote desktop because only one person then can use it. But there's a different way to set it up for a couple of users. That means, for instance, 10 can use the same host machine at the same time. So that's definitely possible, but now with remote desktop not. So we choose yes to log in as administrator. For sure, you have to confirm on the host machine. I will do that now. And then let's just jump into Windows 7 on a Linux machine. We're now here in Windows 7 on the Linux PC. And yeah, we can just have a look at the other display. And there you can see administrator logged on, so that's actually the administrator of the host PC, and also test 5 logged on remotely from the X5. So the small X5 is now controlling the big host PC, and that's pretty cool in my opinion, because a Linux computer is now controlling a Windows PC. That's master race. Okay, then now let's see how it performs. Now the mouse feels, yeah, like in real time, but let's try to open here the menu. Feels pretty okay too. If you now go to control panel, you will just see the settings of the host PC, so you can also just change them. And you just need the permission from the administrator. So for instance, if you want to install something, it will ask the administrator for the login. And that's pretty good, because otherwise people could install shit on your machine, but now they cannot do it. Okay, yeah, system settings of the normal one, so if you want to see a review of the big one, as I've said, you can just watch it. I don't want to go through everything here. But yeah, let's for instance have a look at some working stuff. I'm using this here for laboratory work. That means I just connect here with such a machine to the Windows computer which controls all my sensors, and with that I can read a lot of things, and I think that's pretty cool. Another thing where you could use it is, for instance, if you have a lot of people which are using Microsoft Windows or something, they could all use the same license. Just have a look at that. I can now just open up Microsoft Office here from the cloud PC, and it's actually installed on the host PC, so pretty cool. And let's just open it up. So there we go. Excel is now open, and it's pretty fast. So for instance, we can just type in here. Oh shit, it's the English keyboard layout. Let's quickly switch to German. Well, that's good. For instance, I don't know what's happening. I'm just pressing the wrong combo. I really absolutely hate this crap. It switches back to English. Sorry guys, I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah, now there we go. It's like 999. And once again. Okay, that's too much. Maybe let's take something different, like 9. and you can see it also calculates some high numbers pretty good and very fast, so you really don't have to worry. You can just open up huge Excel sheets and it won't crash or something, because it's actually using the performance of the host computer. So pretty cool thing. Then now maybe let's have a look at, you see how slow windows close and open. That's the only bad thing. But once they open, then it actually works pretty good. So yeah, there's also lag when you drag and drop it around, because it's streaming actually all that through the internet connection or through your local network. And my local network, as I've seen before, is not really good. And the performance of the host computer could also be better. So let's quickly go to D, so my local drive. And let's see if we can play back some movie. Like I have somewhere here the 4K trailer of The Hobbit. And if it could play back that, it would actually be a very good media server, but actually media cloud PC. But as you will see, first of all, how long it takes to open up the media player, and then there is no playback. So it's not capable of full HD playback or whatever playback. It's even hard to play back YouTube videos. So yeah, basically you can see the performance is very limited on such devices. Okay, let's close it. Let's open up the browser, because this is maybe also quite important. And let's open up the Internet Explorer. And surfing the internet is actually okay. It's just a little bit slower than on a normal computer, but if you want to watch movies, then it gets really slow. So we can just try it here on YouTube. Okay, wrong keyboard layout again. I love it. And there we go, youtube.com. And we can just try to play back, I don't know, Conchita Contest or some other crap here. Eurovision. And you will just see that the playback here is quite laggy. It just loads up like a slideshow. And that's the only bad thing. Now, it could be better with a very fast host PC and directly connected and with a very fast network. Probably my network is also not really good, so it could perform better. I will definitely try it out with some very optimized thing. Like I will just connect a router here to both PCs, and the router will be right over there. So we just have two Ethernet cables and that's it. But currently I don't have anyone here, and I don't want to use my own router, because otherwise then nothing works anymore. But I will definitely do that test in the future to just show you how it performs on the best conditions. But the conditions here are not the best. You can see the movie playback is a little bit slow, and this could definitely be better. But big websites like, let's go to my forum, or let's go to msn.com. That's really huge with a lot of pictures. And let's see if it opens up. Alright, so this takes some time. So it's actually loading the page here now on the main computer, then just streams all that here to the cloud PC. So this really takes some time. And yeah, you can see the page loads up. The pictures are okay, but somehow it feels a bit like a slideshow, so everything is actually quite slow. But it's definitely usable. And for work, you actually don't need much more. And if you just have some learning programs like only text or something, some simple pictures, then this works for sure. Regarding games, I tried it and it's actually not working. I tried some very old games like Red Faction, but actually what it does. So the cloud PC here is just a PC without a real graphics card. It just comes with some onboard graphics like a tablet or something to display something. But games won't recognize the graphics card, like here RDPD chained or something. It doesn't choose the graphics card of the host computer for some reason, because on the host computer I can play Red Faction, but if I want to start it here with remote, this is not working. I'm not sure what's going on there. I even played, how was that called in the review? The Goat Simulator. This was working nice, but I tried it here, it's just not possible to stream it. It will just crash, and Red Faction is, I don't know, 15 years old, so I played this when I was young, so it was one of my favorite games. You can see it just throws up some direct 3D exception and closes. Okay, so why would you want to use that? Now, I see the main purpose of that thing here in really office work. Like you have a lot of working spaces and you want to have some cheap computers there. because they just should be able to open up Office, you want to share a license or something, then this works really great. But for media things here, this is just too slow. You just have to have the perfect network, you have to have a super fast host PC, then it could be possible. So we'll try that when I just build up my gaming machine and when I get a very fast router. Then we'll try the whole thing once again, and maybe this looks different then. But for now, I just always want to show you the real working conditions. Like if you have a normal network at home, a normal machine, then you have to deal with that those devices are definitely slower, but yeah, they are really cheap. So you can buy a lot of them, you can create a lot of workspaces, and well, for office use or something, this is definitely enough. We can just have a look here at Word, for instance. And the sound output is also working. Funny thing is, the sound output is not really lagging behind, but yeah, the picture is. And you can see Word just opens up here really fast. You can use it without a problem. You can even use, I don't know, GIMP or something to just edit some pictures. This is also working here on that thing. But yeah, just keep in mind that this is not a full computer, so this is just a cloud PC with some very cheap hardware in there, and it's running Linux, so pretty cool that it actually can control Windows. Okay guys, now here comes my final conclusion about this little device here. Alrighty guys, we're now here at the end of this review. So you see those devices, they are very cheap, they are cloud PCs, so they're not gaming machines, and yeah, they are just designed to be mainly cheap, offer you a cheap working space for office use or school use. So you will see it's actually quite boring. I told you in the beginning, for all the gamers here, this is no gaming machine. All in all, this can be very useful for technology developing. As I've said, I'm using this a lot to connect to my lab here from home. Can be very useful, and all in all, I think it's pretty cool because those devices here are very cheap, like €60. And I bet if they would be produced in the European region, they would retail for 150-200 with the same hardware. So you see, you get such stuff here very cheap from China, and the quality here from ShareVDI is definitely the best I've seen. Because they're just like mushrooms. You can get those things like, I don't know, in each corner in China. But well, ShareVDI, I have seen the factory, and that's huge. That's fucking huge. And pretty cool that they sell those things, and we are part of them. So if you want to buy something like this, just drop us an email, and we'll try to help you out. All in all, the installation maybe not too easy, so probably you should know what you're doing. But I will do a installation tutorial, so video tutorial, and with that it should be very easy to hook everything up, set everything up, and then just get directly started. The best thing about those things here is the power consumption. And the power consumption is below 10 watts, so that's actually, almost nothing, and it can run Windows. So you just have to calculate the host PC, so the share from the host PC to the total power consumption, but it's really not a lot, so way less than a normal computer. And yeah, you can also fully control them, so actually you don't have to give out working spaces to people so they can log in with admin or something and do shit. They are very easy to maintain, but yeah, you just have to keep in mind the performance is low, the hardware is low, the power consumption is low. So there's nothing which has a ultra low power consumption but amazing performance. That's not possible in our universe. Now, all in all, those things are not bad, but you just have to keep in mind if you want to use them as surfing stations with video function. It's possible. You can also use Skype with the built-in microphone. That's also working, but you should lower the resolution. Like on 720p, we had a look at the videos in Full HD. I noticed that later, so that it was really laggy. In 720p, it was definitely better, and below that, it was actually quite smooth. So if you want to really play back movies on YouTube, lower the resolution, get a good network and good hosting PC, then you shouldn't have a problem, and you can also run 50 of those clients. Not a problem at all. All in all, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you once again for watching. Thank you for 100,000 subscribers. My special will come soon. And yeah, I hope to see you again in my next videos. Have a nice day, and bye bye guys.